Hi and welcome to Expondo Gastro Experts. Today we are starting with a new cycle where we're going to talk about equipment, we're going to do reviews and product comparisons. So let's crack on. Alright, so first let me just remind you the program is being streamed live, so I encourage you to use the live chat. The more questions you ask, the more opinions of yours you share with us, the better we will cover the subject. And subject today are contact grills. On my workbench today are two devices from Royal Catering, the RCKG 2200F and the 2200G. There are not a lot of differences between these two. And I'm coming down to a very important question that everyone who equipped his own kitchen was asking himself or herself. All right, but first let me just talk you through some of the details. As you can see, all the housing is made of stainless steel, which is great because it is very heat resistant. It doesn't expand much when it's hot. Also, it's quite scratch resistant and it's easy to clean and maintain that cleanliness. So it's great for commercial use. Moving down, the grill plates, that's the most important bit. In this case, we have a flat surface. Of course, they're made of cast iron, which is enameled. Which is great because when using the animal is covering some of the porous surface of the cast iron, which is great because you have better heat conduction. The designation 2200 means, of course, the power. It's 2200 watts, which is great because it is a very powerful device for such a compact package. Also very cool is the fact that even though it's so powerful, you can just plug it in a normal wall socket and off you go. Moving down, or actually up, on the top you have a heat-proof plastic handle. And I've been testing these two devices quite intensively. I've been working on them for 12 hours straight, and I have to confirm this handle will stay at an acceptable temperature for, well, the whole time I've been working with it. So you don't need to worry, there's no risk of burning yourself, even though the device has been operating for a long time. Alright, so moving down, we have the trough which collects all the excess oils leaking down from your foods. So you can remove the trough for cleaning purposes, which is great. So you can just pop it in a dishwasher. It's also stainless steel. So you just pop it in, give it a run or two, and that will be clean. And you just pop it back on this. It fits right in. And moving down, this the temperature regulation knob, which also doubles as a on and off switch. So by turning the temperature up, you will turn it on, and by turning it down to 0, it will turn off. And of course, the temperature range is between 50 and 300 degrees, as a grill should be. And you have two indicators. So you have a power indicator. This will light up as soon as you plug it in, so that indicates it has power. And of course, the heating indicator will indicate that the device is heating up. And that's the temperature regulation. So in order to maintain the temperature, it will turn the device on and off in order to maintain that desired temperature. So you will see that light flashing. What's also important, you have over 1 meter, precisely 1 meter 30 of the cord. So that's enough of length just to plug it in whatever you needed without any extensions. So that's kind of cool, and it's a really sturdy cord as well. So that's a great advantage because these type of devices tend to be used very intensively, and well, they're having a hard time, right? All right, so basically on my left there's a twin device. There's not much difference except for the fact that the surface is ribbed. So basically the difference is the working surface. So if you want this characteristic pattern, the grill pattern, you can do that with this grill. So that's basically the difference. The basic dimension, and let me just use my support here because I just want to be exact. External dimensions with closed panels, 39. So that will be the depth by 43.5 by 20 in height, centimeters, of course. So it is quite compact. but with this power it's also very efficient. My personal opinion, well, they both do the same thing, but this one is a little bit more universal. You can, a bit more diverse, I would say. You can do more on a flat grill rather than a ribbed grill. But then again, I've seen a lot of very useful patterns. For example, in order to keep this device clean, people put parchment paper or aluminium foil on the surface. So when you grill it, you still get that pattern on your foods, but it's easy to clean. All right, so we threw all the technical details. Let's switch to Q&A mode. Amy Blue is asking, which grill will be better for grilling fish? And that's precisely what I mean. Basically, you can grill a fish on both of them. There's not much difference if it comes to the technique itself. However, fish tends to be quite delicate, quite fragile. So I would rather do it on a flat top, just because there's no rough surfaces, and I don't want to risk to, tear up the skin of the fish. And basically, if I have a fillet, I would be quite doubtful whether it's not going to go in the ribbing, and whether I'm not going to destroy the fish on a ribbed surface. But then again, if you use parchment paper, something to protect your product, it might just work the same, and you still get that nice pattern on your foods. So basically, I'd prefer the flat top, but you can still use the ribbed surface. Charles Cook is asking, what are the prices? All right, so let me just tell you, the prices may vary from day to day. They depend on market prices and so on. For today, for the flat top, it's 189 pounds, and for the ribbed surface, you pay only 195. So a few pounds more just for the surface. All right, Peter is asking, what I hate about my grill is cleaning it after a busy service. I feel like breathing in those harsh chemicals is terrible for our health. Any alternatives to those chemical cleaners? There's plenty. However, I need to say the chemicals are most efficient. So I know it smells terrible and it's probably not good for your lungs, but then again, you do the job really quickly. What you can do as an alternative, first of all, vinegar solution works well, but it's not good for cast iron, so you have to dry it really thoroughly afterwards, and you have to smear it with some oil. Normal food grade oil is enough, just to protect the surface from roasting. And well, you can do citric acid, that works too. You can use normal soap as well. Just use a scourer, a metal scourer, and a brush, metal brush works as well. But then again, the chemicals will get the job done faster and they do a better job generally. But then again, they do affect the materials as well. So what I'm actually doing, I clean my grills from, let's say, Monday to Friday with a vinegar solution or citric acid, or just dry clean it, as in with a brush, and once a week I do deep, thorough clean with the chemicals. So just limit the usage of chemicals, but I reckon you cannot completely exclude them. But, well, the internet is full with answers. You can try any of these. Second question from Bob. What is the highest temperature? And as I said, the temperature range is between 50 and 300 degrees. So they won't go any higher than 300 degrees, which is good because, honestly, I rarely do work with the maximum power. Maybe when I do experiment or I forgot something and I have to do it really quickly, then I'm using full blast, but normally I'm working somewhere between 200 and 250 degrees. That's absolutely cool for grilling. And You're not risking burning your food, and you're not risking damaging the equipment. Also, it shouldn't be damaged. As I said, I've been testing those two grills quite thoroughly. For 12 hours, they were turned on with full force, full blast, and nothing has happened. So I believe they're really sturdy, really solid. So they just get the job done, right? Next question, without the name. So, which grill is more useful for a household, in your opinion? All right. For the household, I would rather go with a flat top. I don't want to promote the flat top too much because they're both equal. You can still do the same jobs. But again, this will not require scrubbing as much as the ribbed surface does. It's easy to clean. It is more diverse and universal if it comes to usage. You can use it as a frying pan as well, so you can fry your eggs and bacon and prepare a full breakfast just on this surface. You cannot do eggs and bacon on this one. You can try bacon with eggs. It will be quite difficult. So for household and home use, I would definitely go with a flat top. However, I personally would love to have both, but if you can't have both, go with a flat top. All right, so these were all my questions. If you think of something else, if you have another questions, please drop the questions on the email below. We will definitely answer the questions either individually, or if there's plenty, we will make another episode to answer them all at once. All right, so thank you guys for watching. Thank you very much for all your questions, and I hope I see you next time.